Hello, and why are you? Thanks to Heather Slatton for warming up the crowd for me. She'll be back same time next week, provided they don't reopen her local Wetherspoons. Then again, it was actually her fault they had to close it in the first place. Yes, it's me, Peter Almond, in for Jerry Manchoke for the foreseeable future, following his recent adventures in the British legal system. I mean, how daft of him, eh? In this day and age to be caught carrying a Swiss Army knife on his person, even if it was at the bottom of his rucksack, in his car. Whether he just bought it or not, still a silly thing to do. We've got a packed show for you this week. Later we'll pull our parachutes and float on down to Social Justice Island for a preview of tonight's episode. Peppered throughout we'll have things you never knew about the James Bond franchise. I'll be reading out your coded warnings if your business or place of work has coded messages to discreetly alert your colleagues, then send them in and let's cause some merry hell. And I take a brief look into the world of product placement in music. All of that and more to come. But first, this.
Thank you for calling British Airways. If you're calling because your flight has been delayed by more than 2 hours, then please press 1. Thank you. Your call is in a queue and will be answered shortly. I'm leaving on a jet plane.
Don't know when I'll be back again.
And now it's over to Mark with the latest news. Thank you. Manchester University is to start offering degree courses in taking offence. Michael Keaton is to be digitally removed from all previous movie projects following allegations from a former co-star that he was once maliciously in the same building as her. Feminist victory as women win right to prostate examinations on the NHS. The recent Tory landslide in the Brambleton by-election has been overturned and the process will start again for a third time. Our Labour spokesman has said, "We will keep doing this again and again and again until we get the result we want." A video of Roseanne Barr yelling abuse at the gorilla enclosure at London Zoo has gone viral. Red Dwarf star Danny John Jules has taken to Twitter to vent his fury at a set of traffic lights for racistly turning red as he approached them. He tweeted out, "It's just another example of a black man in a car being stopped for no reason." Those are the top stories, and now, the news for robots.
01010100 01101000 01100101 00100.
Thanks for that, your check's in the post. And now it's time for the first of our things you never knew about the James Bond franchise. The flat-pack mini helicopter, Little Nelly, featured in 1967's You Only Live Twice, proved such a hit that Blue Peter showed viewers how to make their own. This, however, proved a controversial error, and the BBC were forced to apologise when 12 children were found planted headfirst in a field in Weybridge after falling out of the sky.
Or so it seems.
Now, product placement is nothing new. For years, advertisers have paid media outlets to prominently feature their products in a multitude of ways. Here at Live and Unbroadcast, however, we'd never stoop to that kind of behaviour, and I personally feel it would be a betrayal of trust between you, the listener, and the presenter. Is confusion in the modern age getting you down? Were you passed over for promotion by a non-binary black transgender fishkin for whom English is literally a foreign language? Does your daughter change her pronouns more often than Zer's underwear? Does your wife bring home her boyfriend? Then we may have the solution for you. KYS Small Arms and Munitions, taking the edge off the current year. I think it would be right to do, no matter how much they paid us. However, one unusual avenue for product placement has never really been fully acknowledged: product placement in music. Now, it's not uncommon for rap or hip-hop artists to brag about their material possessions. However, it does happen in other musical genres, whether it's Mott the Hoople promoting shoplifting,
And when you're stealing clothes from Marks and Sparks,
the Beatles firing at fizzy pop, or this rather out of place one from Elton John. How that one's never been mentioned before is beyond me.
Thank you for calling the Anxiety Helpline. If you are calling because you've had a sudden shock, then please press...
My Strongest Suit by the Spice Girls, and that one goes out to a Mr. C. Benjamin. Time for an exclusive look at tonight's episode of the new Channel 5 reality TV show Social Justice Island. If you ask me, they should dispense with the cameras and introduce an incurable form of flesh-eating bacteria onto the island. But we don't always get what we want. Day 48 on Social Justice Island, and Rainbow has been called in front of the council. Rainbow. It has come to the council's attention that she referred to fellow islander Turquoise as she. The council would like to remind you, as decreed in the Social Justice Manual, that Turquoise Emerald's pronouns are in fact click click tick bee, and any subsequent deliberate misuse of pronouns will incur further reduction in oppression points. 9:47 p.m. The council orders everyone to safety when a straight white male is spotted on the island.
This is the Social Justice Council. Please remain in the hug bunkers. For your safety, please remain in the hug bunkers until the cis-hetero incursion spotted on the island is formally neutralised.
That and much, much less tonight on Channel 5 in Social Justice Island. And don't forget, on Channel 4 next Friday, it's the launch of Celebrity Big Brother. This year, Katie Hopkins and Milo Yiannopoulos are forced to spend 3 weeks in a house with Laurie Penny and Anita Sarkeesian. Following the 67 debacle, Blue Peter decided against showing viewers how to make their own Acrostar mini-jet, as seen in the opening of 1983's Octopussy. Instead, they taught children how to make the crocodile submarine seen later in the movie. This backfired, however, when it was reported that kids were being hunted and turned into handbags, shoes and belts.
all I wanted was a sweet.
With Halloween just around the corner and the shops having been filled with ghostly bunting, witches' hats and pumpkin-shaped novelty toilets for the last 2 months, it's time to start kitting out with things to ward off any potential trick-or-treaters. The old techniques of pretending to be out or pretending to be dead no longer work, and these permitted beggars will now wait for up to 3 hours for the door to be answered, whilst dressed as a ghost, a Frankenstein, or increasingly and bizarrely more popular, a policeman. Here at Live and Unbroadcast, however, we have a solution for you: the L&U Trick or Treat Repelling Kit. Each kit contains a CD of distressing audio to be played at full volume throughout the evening. Tracks include the Zodiac Killer's tapes, screaming from on board a crashing commercial airliner, and the audio of a Riley Dennis video. You also get an actual severed head to leave on your doorstep, a window sticker saying 2 days since our last hostage escape, and finally a face mask of a locally registered sex offender. If you are a locally registered sex offender, however, we have a kit which comprises of just a pair of handcuffs, so you can chain yourself to a radiator, preventing you from reaching the door to answer it. To get these kits, just phone us on our usual number. They cost £6.66.
Thank you for calling the Dwarfism Helpline. Your call is in a queue and will be answered shortly.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's home from work we go.
Just like his character in 1999's The World Is Not Enough, Robert Carlyle can't feel pain in real life. This has come in useful for numerous film roles, from headbutting co-stars in Trainspotting, being bitten by zombies in 28 Weeks Later, and dragging broken glass across his testicles in an eye-opening deleted scene from The Full Monty.
I know how to hurt.
Well, it's with a heavy heart and a heavier nappy that I must part. We've reached the end of the show, thanks to everyone who took part and stopped me from thinking that I was alone in this studio. A couple of things we didn't get round to covering. The all-female remake of Schindler's List is out soon, as is Cannibal Holocaust the musical. My apologies to my guest in the studio. We may actually get round to having you on air next week. Do you mind waiting there? Alright, thanks. Next week we've also got the finals of our painting competition. I'm not saying too much, but my favourite so far has been the Banksy that was drawn on an Etch-a-Sketch. Either that or the painting of a Hoover bag full of Neil diamonds. I'll be back as soon as I give a shit enough to do another one of these things. Stay out of trouble, peace out and peace off.
Isn't this where we came in?